refugee.
I said refugee match.
Hey. How about that?
Refugee obia or free Burkina for no baby club refugee for one will be one match. Okay, Africa. Okay, Africa. Also refugee. Burkina for them says cow crown. On all come masem. Omo baby no wamba. Refugee. Strangers, from stranger.
Yes, what say?
Strangers. Come on to quiet for being on refugees. What's a gun and Yakabutri? Refugee.
Okay.
Because we're going to study. I can all back. I say, hey, Bukumio.
Crown, Osanka Bibi.
Can.
I say refugee. Referee, FIFA na kofa referee number.
FIFA akofa referee no at the number.
US. So we are dig Ghana format you listen.
Aha. FIFA the referee free US. Eba a bit brim ha be di match. Sa referee no refugee. Toto yenya mumie no hwana etwa.
Emia.
Na wa afia adem nua ye. Okay. Dem nua ye. Refugee chese. Metwa obi refugee chese obi a ofri bi ma aso akobi man mu. Refugee.
Toto yenya na botra saba memisa awasefo. Yes. Professor Achisa. Ekase obi refugee or nipa bay.
Refugee.
Yes.
Ibi obo sekan.
Obi a obo sekan anu. Obi a obo sekan anu. Sekan no mudie.
Ba wa na de do no.
De no.
De na no tetrete na de do no.
Mema sekan no.
Ma pena me.
Okay. Wasidi.
Baba.
Refugee.
Yes. Ibi ofri Togo.
Obi ofri Togo. Tonto nya wo se obi ofri Burkina aba Ghana ha. Ana obi ofri bi maso.
Obi ofri maso abobi maso bi ayo refugee.
Blogos ye kase obi refugee. Oyi nipa be.
Ehwewa na se wo ye papa panimu pa. Oh. Me nyini sa me wo be 46. Me nyini na aja apetition ya na. Ko fuma no twa bi ohin ni wa ban twa bi sa no. Flefum ba wa ble. Na ya bi bi ya na. Ama ma mani mu empani anim. Yani za dia aka.
Na say twa photo.
Me jai kura me jai.
We jai.
Desire. We jai. Oh. Me nyini sa me wo be 46. Me nyini na aja apetition ya na. Ko fuma no twa bi ohin ni wa ban twa bi sa no. Flefum ba wa ble.
Hey, as mental freedom. Eba cho mo kai papa yi.
Ama. Ena che on clear day. Entui.
Ozo onyi se na apio. Ozo apio kwa fun ba na wa bere. Krachi izu onyi ozo of be 46 bisa na. Sabi apio no na se wa twa. Ozo kwa fun ba na se wa ntwa bi anye yenti. Otwa na se no na ma na nsi na tutu no. Ne bisa se won si atutu die ne ya. Oso koko ena koko no bebo fom na nse ko boss na bodwe die na tutu ni sinyina as to say engineer krachi say oso about the media person. Let's move on. There is on social media Honorable Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah papa yi ensem bi ekoso social media na chale ensem no ase ya doso na nemeti en say Honorable Oppong Nkrumah esi this particular building. I say Presby JHS was a day. If I get it correct, a Presby JHS building Osidima the Krum for Ofwase Ayibi. And a Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah see this particular school dying at the Maomo. Now at that particular time on sono, and American comedian being to be paid this particular building and see her as donation at the chair school. Now what's canny media na and some media for ne brantie a bit to say bongo ideas money na say for the person much than say Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah building no see no the cost boy DH Blankson the na see no e say Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah see 6 unit classroom block bi e wo foase ho na Michael Blankson so ebe see ultra modern school building wants the chrome because a Ghana and also BC Ediache. Now, unfortunately, according to what we are reading, no, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah building, no, I hear this particular building. Yes, any buono, din, chain, Blankson, Diana, we see, you know. But in the comment section, I say, well, this particular poster, echo around that for a drink, who say no quarry? Because sometimes, you know, I keep wondering, say, how come, say, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, they be a cratchy ye, see this building, 6 unique classroom block, na ne buono, aba be din, a chain, way. Sometimes Ghana for your soul will say so power, Charlie, and yeah, easy. So what I decided to do is I decided to do my own private investigations about this kind of claims. Now, the truth of the matter, they say, according to me, my dream, any research am I here, and I'm able to join. Say, and also why another private investigative thing. I was who you can also share it in every day in the adventure na boom. Honorable Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, no. For cost to be a amba. Kojo Oppong Nkrumah did not produce any facts as to say in a building, no, a cost to say, and I say a cost to say. But for Michael Blankson, no, Forbes equal to say, we see this particular building here, no. Now the total cost is $500,000 US. Blackson, no, according to Forbes, no, and Miami own research, said this building cost $500,000 US. And as of 2023, you will see that particular building, no. Now the Bank of Ghana dollar rate, no, around 10.79. It is all quantified in Ghana cedi, and it's around 5.3 million to 5.4 million Ghana cedis. What I say? Michael Blackson, the way I make it, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, in fact, say me kase me gina kase me say Kojo Oppong Nkrumah esi ni say ya, I'll be lying because one fat cost to build the sea building ama. And that is the researcher. And I will be very surprised. It will be catch up this particular building way. A more expensive way. I'm found Kojo Oppong Nkrumah NPP ni or Kasao. We did it too much. I have no idea. But that is the truth. I mean, the macro researcher, no. And to me, moment there, say you can't say you can't quarry pa there. I wouldn't agree with Bongo ideas when I say for no as to how they want to claim say Kojo Oppong Nkrumah building no. Sabi nebo edenche Blankson there no. Based on many information, quantity surveyors idea, and then I say for media bomb no there. That claim no. Mean to me can say a factual. But as to say, maybe they also need they also have to come back and then give us better and further better particulars to support their claim. Say, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah says we can block no. Nebo they chain. Richard, the same Blankson the end we see no. Michael Blankson the end. Sorry, that is something I need to be factual here. Prissy, as you are saying, or say, probably, let me project Priscilla message you that is the same idea, and I mentioned they can't median because when you wanna put a claim, say, be a obi building a boy, they will be there. Probably, to the best of my knowledge, you know, and so would the cost are wooing to send a Kojo Oppong Nkrumah see in India, no, eba, na fade ye de atoto amanape. And this is one thing I'm fair, no, Madia. Based on Richard Blankson, then or not Richard Blankson didn't say it, but Forbes went around to do this kind of research and says the building cost around $500,000 US. It is a fund that 2023 Bank of Ghana rating there. That means around 5.3, 5.4 million Ghana cedis. Of course, Jefferson, if Bongo also have his own source of funding, he needs to also bring it out because always I say. Politicians that's a so be man so party so be that's we are one kakra. Of course, we all have our own way of doing our own things, but to say obeya for fact number 2 ebia Kojo Oppong Nkrumah den equals to say we dey equals to say enti we are na fi dey ya fani nyina der bom then we do it. But me dey based on information remember when they have scanned throughout the web and all those kind of things they claim no enye mean to me can say enye correct but maybe 95% they based on my research, and you're correct. that is something I've actually seen. Say in 7 on what kind, maybe sometimes we need to go around and then do our own research and then our own investigations and then bring out other things to come and support the claims na you can. Well, that is how they are saying. But maybe information I made about to in the comment section, maybe you can also do your own research and then come and tell me, say, yeah, ni way kind, you know, and then no quite, and that's in the way kind, and then no quite something like that. No, Bob, Charlie, if you have a call here, Sana, I go near. But we're gonna go deep into a lot of research, and then we are using this to start. Piano girl, Charlie, I said me tell one catch a something like that. I said me tell one catch a crack. But anyway, let's move forward. Yeah, some more. Ghana wa sometimes nyamani bi ho o de wa no kan ya na ha adwen kakra. We've gotten some journalists in our country, the way they address issues, you know. Yeah, and I have a problem with how these people, so-called people, call themselves journalists. Now, say airport, some sikabi betoto, akontufu sikaso. And then we've gotten a journalist sitting in Ghana saying, say or no, akano, tino.
That's new taxes about no cre akame. And no I dana ya dishas ya na akame because na I was me to ticket our Emirates. Price I de mami no. Na $1,900 Man me chenya nra me koya na kwa do 2304 23,000. Na kame chia 1,900. 1,900 na kwa do 2,200 and something dollars. What the baga na sika mo me koko chia 2304. Akame. Na se me tenasibu nkonta hwe say. E say light na gina na. Ye say ye yi akwan so health system to say matisi obi adi sika na ye jana manafa ne ho adi me bo nkonta hwe anu nyina enti sa me ba na bampanfo na me di mwacha
me pa cho tie nsem ya ma me kan yie o tie ni yie journalist ene e kasa sa no a whole journalist TV station radio station ena nsem a wo kan no o se taxes na e aba airport no aka no enti wo ba kirem na owi a o se akofeda say aban ni ntimi nchi obi a ora for yenji obi asika e pa cho ma me san sha se biem na tie ni ye be very careful na tie nsem a wo kan ye pa we will take our time to address her because I say niema bebre o man ni ma I don't know either so munim ana so ma sheda but let's listen to her very carefully.
That's new taxes about no cre akame. And no I dana ya dishas ya na akame because na I was me to ticket our Emirates. Price I de mami no. Na $1,900. Man me chenya nra me koya na kwa do 2304 23,000. Na kame chia 1,900. 1,900 na kwa do 2,200 and something dollars. What the baga na sika mo me koko chia 2304. Akame. Na se me tenasibu nkonta hwe say. E say light na gina na. Ye say ye yi akwan ne koso health system to say matisi obi adi sika na ye jana manafa ne ho adi me bo nkonta hwe anu nyina enti sa me ba na bampanfo na me di muatamo a eye answer sa menya ye was a question no so se anhame na me gi tu mu tua ya ejina answer sa menya ye was a question no so sa metioma mu na sa meti say ye say enkrofo adi sika yati oral ye ba bagigi ye sika we named we mentioned figures na besi sa bre ye ntimi nye ba kokora na say wo bia wo si wadi sika me ato abama sa bagi ya de my fear chum, yes, afifu from after the first quarter. Na sa wuntimi jisika no na ye hia sika na sia jisika wa me ho a opeso ochire me say. That is where the problem is. Opeso ochire me say. 4 years ago Auditor General reports one more ye implicate you almost one di sika ya gini nyina na. 3 years ago ya gini nyina na. 2 years ago ya gini nyina. Last year ya giana. Enti se ba se me kai sa niama ni nyina. Na me say ba betua tax a I'm like seriously. Amani enkrofo de ache bi mu ana. Ada na obi adi sika ye ntimi nje ye. Na memia me ho na wo Attorney General.
So what in some kind of me journalist. I have never called myself a journalist. I analyze issues. Me a political analyst. I analyze issues. Say NDC dear I will say it. NPP dear I will say it. That is my duty here. Maybe I'll go to John Dramani managing a mosquito and say be on council. We're gonna give it to them. But say journalist. I want every information at your fingertips. When you need information from a buyer, write information bill over to you people. You can just write and do anything, everything. Then the government by law will have to give it to you. Oba can't say light edum, so you don't have to pay tax. Ora ekasi ebejisika, ora enjisika biya. how they sit there. Nipa es or no what was it? I don't even know how to put it because I can't tell them so no name say Ora Juma there. Then I'm sorry. Juma no she doesn't qualify to do it. Ora ajisika twitwi die bebre ama Ghana. Ba enye Ora Juma say odini pa ko to prison. Dabi Attorney General will only send or prosecute. It could do court to where it is the duty of the court. So be dear seven no. Chairman want to mean lawyers. The way Attorney General don't see her, no more video ko see her. O don't for her, no more ko see her. Attorney General and them kwachi nipa na say. And now do you think say do be quarter? E see a chain nipa na dis punching. Na say sika na see susu say we dia. E ji sika no free ni ho. Ye nyina ti Ghana na former finance minister kwat na US. Also on Ghana kwa na obayansa question. How are you going to get that money from him? But what he will nipa dodo na omako by themselves to Attorney General. Edi sika come Attorney General say Attorney General I recover sika no journalist in it on tie. Also on tie. And she doesn't understand say who go holiday or Dubai or whatever. Now go to take it the boy dia. Oh de kwa kosum aban no. Madam for agro when so won. Agro when so. May there is no single man that mean to quiet about 3 times. We could show me plane ticket. And ya buying the tomamio, and ya baby and pesa betana, and I be triaka. And when somebody comes to tell you, say, you bet me for one plane, but will be our baby or any the cost out or business class. Oh, you expect to pay the same fee and I say the same fare as will be or economy. Economy, if you want more space, more leg space, open say ya the coro. Oh, sometimes these kind of people, when they come to educate people, they rather come to misinform. They don't even know the education. Ghana, your problem because the so-called journalists, I'm sorry, always, they keep disappointing me. Say, nipa we say, of course, near the console, according to him, actually camera can anyone. I can't just on cancer punch team before. Let's say, then I'm sorry. Unqualified human away, unqualified. Aban bia in the world ejije taxes in the developing mind. Maybe who obi kuro be gina kan jam say sa sika na say beje airport ya ginibi. That be if you go to any airline to buy ticket, ask them say e ba say na me buy no na boni say na edu ene akosei. Because according to her no, o person kokko en ye ka kire ne say ticket na e be cost to say 19,000 cedis. Or the next 1 month enye the same amount. Hey, masa. Mame, uko school say na kire o. Plane e o papa dia. And I wouldn't how our airlines airline operates based on what they call yield management. If you don't know suya. Say Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Bomi and no Zito Kai is a Wadan who travel agent no. And so now here na Pachoko. What it
Dr. Bomi so acquire my lectures on artificial intelligence. But they expect to be as economist no.
So they say no at any point in time we are diverted. Because of as economists. And it's your IT specialist. And no few about travel and talk. Yeah. And them say do travel and talk. And I didn't go for Israel and travel and talk for it.
It is a office open cheap ticket here. Quality 38 to her. On no moment every point in time, no to me promises or the way or travel and talk at a fixed price. But airline and call you manasa. Now, she made mention of a lot of things. Let me go back and then play the video again. Some doesn't necessarily make sense.
That's a new taxes about no cre akame. And no I dana ya dishasi and akame because now I was me to ticket our Emirates. Price I de mami no. Na $1,900 Man me chenya nra me koye na kwa do 2304 23,000 na kame chia 1,900 1,900 na kwa do 2,200 and something dollars. What the bag na sika mu a me koko tua 2304 akame. Na se me tena sibu nkonta hwe say. E say light na gina.
Wahoo. Ghana. Your problem, Mr. President, Mr. Also be resetting Ghana there. I just will start resetting nipa na adwen no BDN nya adwuma. BDN enya adwuma. Ukoto take it. Ya tuma. What's it taxes account? Taxes e de ba nora na wo account. Hey, asembe ni. Hey, na tie se mo se be ka to or the light nyina be wuram bio.
Nana, you say ye akwan ne koso health system to say. Matisse obi adi sika na ye jana mana fa ne ho adi. Me bo nkonta hwe anu nyina. Enti sa me ba na bampanfo na me di mu atam a eye answer sa menya ye wo sa question so. Se anhame na me gi tu mu tua ya. Ejina answer sa menya ye e wo sa question so. Sa metioma mu na sa metise ye say enkrofo adi sika yate oral. Ye ba bagigi ye sika. We named, we mentioned figures. Na besi sa bre ye ntimi nye ba kokora na say. Wo bia wo si wadi sika me ato abama sa beji ya de ma afie twam ye si afifu from after the first quarter na sa wuntimi gi sika no na ye hia sika na sa gi sika wa me ho a wo pese o kire me say that is where the problem is wo pese o kire me say 4 years
any man to tax na plane mfo sa man suma ana obi na suma say call holiday say ne wo do na say ne boy dey mfo Nanado Danko Akufo, the former president of Nanado, COVID-19 by Nanado J $150 per each passenger our Ghana. Each person be our Ghana $150 Nanado J. Or GS, I mean, we try 5 times. Your casa ya no tiso, and they buy $50. Now you people were there. You did not utter a single word. Ne how many say Nanado wa Ghana for Nigeria? O man ne baba boyfriend we Nigeria ni and no sanje. O si aba ye de ade asise o hwini mu saa ade e ha Ghana for no say ufra broche kwa wa COVID-19 test e we no bedu Ghana. Yes ye quarantine. Ne de wakoto hotel a e ya omo ankasa na say operate. You people were there, you did not utter a single word. Masa, o de adwuma na de ma mo no say mo nye ready some be journalist na. Mon tena ba bi o. Na ye hu ye ni mu say man ye president no e chichire man no without you people. You cannot live in the country and say, who to say, yes, it will be a discount in Pan and Jessica. Why the country? You can't go Jim Freeman. And now, if he says the country will be a discount, yes, she shouldn't pan and Jessica. Go to the Attorney General and ask, says Sika Ora Amayensa Aka. Ora and Nankasa by an amount for Nadi Medica and a corner this can be a common Monje. Jefferson, Kevin, there's only a car. Obey discipline, Basa. Obey here say, so ballers. No. Masa, Agenda 111, I have a special video on this particular platform on Agenda 111. Where I grow money so. You want a Abino to do developmental issues, developmental projects, but you are not ready. You are not sacrificing. Also, won't your tax? Hey, but I'm going to tell you, be a tax in here. Ube Finland. Oye Juma yearly unye 50,000 utuye 50% tax to abaye no woni ma yenko ko bisa utuye 50% tax to abaye no 50,000 euros ekobia no utuye 50% tax to abaye no. In Finland afibia through January you publishing names of the highest people who utuye taxes in the country in the newspaper. But damn with the Tragana when I can up again and develop it. When you scatter what they call holiday, Okofa Emirates, Aquada hotels, Dubai and all that hotel in Dubai, you pay and it's a tourist tax. And they were ready to go and pay there. Obi or holiday in Dubai, they charge you tourist tax. Oh, hotel or Aquada not so. And why are ready to pay? But when you're ready to pay $100 to your buy, that grow money so one thing I'm finding when you grow. What the name of Diagos have ever had for when you say, phew, you people call yourself journalists in the society. And so, Moon, I may found another foolish person, or my name, if any cooker. I've been on my beginning, you money being no, sent you on so.
As a Muhammad, or can be a reverse version. Or by I said a reverse version, no here. Look, foreign players in Naji Blaster, and I look out one year, Sadi Chrono to almost their impedance. Yeah, they chrono to local players. That is where we have got into. It's a shame. Boy, modern boy, Obama blaster. Yeah, penny in a free team, no more. And then the chrono na son is no.
Player Ben.
Goalkeeper no.
Oh no, I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Into the chrono no bata no.
Say a friendlies, okay. It's just friendlies.
Hey, I'm only MDC any home share mama. They want to get rid of the House of Folk goalkeeper now, or Chima Blaster. No. They just want to get rid of him.
Why?
And nothing you see the chrono bata no.
I don't know person you know.
Now who GFA president they put as local players in the national team. Umuzano. How do you think our traditional team will grow? Our local team will grow? How do you think our leagues will grow if we don't invest confidence in the local players? Near more.
Well, how I call Casa Bobo and you know also in it, you know. we when kasa ma alagi 38 o akwa we kasa ma alagi 38 ama alagi 38 aba power no Ghana me nim how to rule Ghana sebe no akwa bi kan se nkwase for Ghana no ya adoso me ya agye nedi akwa bi nura me bo video bi hwetie
openi usi Jimmy for Ghana ha edoso senyansafo tiritirimu
me da asese o me sa kwanyan na ya asem a me pa kapa hwe o ma we no ho a Jimmy for ne doso chenyansafo o ma we mu tiritirimu
enti so okofwe ko ka ne ha o kasa ka cheche ne ti bobo na ne ti se toye utim se wa Jimmy power na dwim na kwa we be de pa kasa ama waba power alaji 38 nkrofo we am kasa ma de power de o ma bi da o ma power da president John Dramani Mahama ayi sports minister your GFA president ho technical team ho they arrange who plays and who doesn't play who they be and who they kwaswa president no na man ye be da ko yanim ye be de na yakọ yanim se se nkwasa fo sei ene gu man mi na se ye adwe se ye be se chichire man na ye man ye nyina apia ko no na okofa bi se ko ka mo betena ho na fi de nsema mo kan non make sense. I don't even know how we're going to go forward ye be dey progress as a people Mr. of Wadwin Chebra because sometimes I mean wondering say man ye team say ye chichire man no because ya to about you president John Dramani Mahama as we speak at the less than 60 ministers in a boomine. Now do Danko Akufo-Addo at the 123 at a point they were 125 ebu my minor call back president we had the nabana on watch the minor mama in the two bona sebe akwala bi and adwin what form sorry they want to attack the president I say at the day the president then see the corona to be so e Germany into a president John Dramani Mahama or my local place uncle Bobo no into a president John Dramani Mahama hey I want interview kuka no me menti o mase say nipa de se ni wa sori anopa wa fa camera asi wani wa fa microphone ka ho o ko pe nipa a interview na de ko gina kuka ho say ana o mo say no blogging ne vlogging ya be te say ya agoro die bi e na se be ye pe obi ye agimi e wo man num na ye de camera ko gina nim say on kasa enti wa fa o camera say o ko pe nyansani ne na kasa Pia mami kan se mi je so ba bruchira. Answer no be hu so be kasa on national issues na ye obi a all expertise in something onim nyansa ye abroche bi e na we de camera kwata kwase ye bi anim so on kasa ye nya ne sa bronyi bi e na obe sa jimi sem no but it's becoming say Ghana na ye yaman kwasiafo e na e kasa mama no so we say abronya na da abronya kwata na abronya kasa ma Ghana no say Ghana na we ye be de tumpon enti senka Ghana for a mistake ne kofa la 38 be president enka nkurofo we ne be kasa mama no oti obebo ni nanka koka e opposition in the country abronye anya position in the country sometimes me re ho mam Ghana sometimes me re ho timi ma Ghana pa me say mai baby ya chichiri ko ye busua we so say be ko ye de because ya hwe ni ya na ye say man no timamufo no ya na ye tiwa ye say da bi man de ye force ni ya say man no force ya na ya say no na fe de yanka say yesi akoni akwa blame aban ne say e aban no ene ye because a blaster for your set technical coach technical team those kind of things near the moko akwachichire man na be na abo bi ti ho no the president attempt and when you look at how these people insult and attack the president what me dwen was I say man e be de ye man e be ye de me sometimes ushia unu na unu ejimi a na wa chere se chade baby a wujimi kon de tobo tietia break esan se pese man ni tumpon de a ye di nyansa sem ene develop Ghana ye mfa nkwasiafo ene develop man no sometimes I me wondering Pretty Cook also they know the truth but they are not ready to tell the truth because they think say so this are true this are nkwasasem we a ene obi begina so ato aba ma da bi ba Ghana no ya kwadru level say anyansafo no enyi ba. It is also around upon how say coca and make us a magana there. Then I think that you are mistaking yourself. A total mistake and away no. Me who tama aban mi begina ho say ye de krono akoto blaster the same goalkeeper bi so. Me who sa de bi da. And then if so we make argument say we need to bring the local team, the local players to go and face the international matches. You have to go it in a different way. Because you have to address it from the FA president, then you go that direction. But when you want to attack the president, say President John Dramani Mahama, but you all can no way there. Master, President John Dramani Mahama am promise say on the blaster kobo bolo. Osi o reset Ghana and Abu Ghana mine. It is saying be mine betum pon. That is the focus of the government. No distraction, no obstruction. Untimi obstruct abayini because they are focused. Omo ko manim ten. Say who say the mine ko there, then you are mistaking yourself. I just told you no usunya there because president share mine say na dey be mekati say na ye lego no. It too go bebre because e buy na the Akufo-Addo asay mine no. The president atonebo na share mine no. Obashisha ne say na share lego no. So one tia say there, then you need to take your time and then watch because president an 4-year mandate. 4 years no so any be who say NDT born homodin and our man homodin. But abra obunu so say who constructive criticisms bia fa bra enye 77 samfun we bi. Wo di we ni bi ba dia emfa Ghana ni bi ni wa na dwen mu da ho fan a obetima ka je say sebe why ade wonye hu. I just appeal and a beer 77 we mu ba na bi o makotwa de.
Shower na say we papa penny mu pa. Oh. Me nyini sa me mo be 46. We need Naja. Application yana. Kofuma no chwe we ni wa ban chwe bisa no. Flefumba wa ble.
Chapatasi yana kuka mucha. Chapatasi na video. Ombe jira wa omu ensema omonka. Mu chapatasi ni sa. This is China fo nyina. Eton apiu e wo Ghana. Aya semo.
China ni bi chi kalewele wo manso.
Oh, kase microphone ade
hwe we am sorry ati
87.9
na wo siri
mesre bacho di o tie me ni o hwe o mo hwe Facebook wana hu se mesre wo si China ni bi chikale wele ewo manso ana me boa entimi tie o so obeto aso ana menye je ho
baako
menso so man nya dana
baako no I'm serious baako
Wasam na be
no and
wasam na we are serious say serious me who wani
onim actually because
who na won can say my
baby on say you come mining site you come mining areas etimi am hu ye na mesre but I'm telling you say China ni bi chikala wele manso ba ko so bia patashiba o atwemampunia me refi kroni din bia patashiba China.
They say baby I don't know. Is it China for you? A ton of petesi. VC10. A petesi will deeper if any pew, if any VC10, if any Google, it's time for any petesi. It's time for any day. It's about we quite the adre. Adre need the channel powerful. Maybe I'm coming. Say madam for because no adre part. Baby adre or jumping to do acid. Hey Ghana, I am about to do. It is castle na. To come pay the day. Anyway, I'm going him. Abusia Chama wuntumi waka adwamu Chama wuntumi of all persons Zito eso Chama wuntumi na the way Zito ema very small message edema NPP for because as a Chama wuntumi so open national chairman of the party you could be said Zito say Zito Chama wuntumi so open national chairman na the way Zito summarize Chama wuntumi and then the chairmanship bid no it's amazing.
Enya NPP anka mu se wogigi susu boka ye bie bank ma wo.
What is it?
Enya NPP a. Kaminim se wogigi susu boka ye bie bank ma wo.
Ade.
Obi Asante region na 44 seats. And aka say ye de na kwa national. Wo asem we what bi da.
Won't me there.
Ya to ba se krama say fa ye kobo kura wa ntimi. Mo se ye konkoto sprinter bus na no. Na say nipa no obetimi. Message MPP mu a nka mi hu se ye bie susu mu obi boka ye ko bie bank ma no
ibere susu sikanisha
baba na wa timi ahwe keto so na kaze ni obetimi ahwe so keto no kura na wo se no abetimi afa pen da bi di sei ko ma we di sei ko no kura wa ntimi na kakraka no a wo no
me say for adwen kire bra yeah analyze Zito say NPP for na man who say obi a ya bie susu say on nanti dwomanjeji dwomfo masika wantimi ahwe so ya pagare ya se yakobie whole bank e de ama no ena bi san say why na ya bie ya sa dwuma na ma no se chama huntumi Yeah, the Ashanti region keke, the regional chairman shenensa amfa. See more than a national. They now go. Say your mom bicycle say for bicycle ya high. One timi anye. Wa boka. O ten no why say akoto sprinter bus am say no mum na fa ko adwuma. Me pa cho say ni pa no be dem so. Abebu we very deep abebu. Pa wa e bia say be won tin sem ase no. Wona won hu nsem azito e ka no. Chama untumi ye so useless say what na area enye ye. Now no me bo video kire wa chama untumi si say ono be national chairman na. Alaji 38 ahia omo boss omo ma 3000 jobs. Na ono as national chairman ono mom na adwuma no be ba be si ne nan so ono na be cheche. Am say eh na say ni obi anya wan. You know, we had this Samara boy forest keke to say yamma Ghana mframa kwa na okotwa nuyane nyina atomo abe nyina koradi. Na yamfa the whole national chairman of a political party message chairman untumi nsa. Ah would ade Jankopon. Ene nkan bi before mutise na atise train. Munya hwe. Because chairman untumi the Ghana din nyina kwaje botia $10 million according to Attorney General. So the kwa kodua buro, okoya buro bag kwa ma ibisa na osen kanka. Awe buro ni nyina. Wajo woni mkanka. Chaba untu meze nkanka wi aburo ni nyina o. O se nkanka wi aburo ni nyina nti aburo ama, aburo one bag kura ama. Eno yemfa nsi nchen. Chama sai de Ghana DG sika so de kwa akoye kwan e wa Ashanti region kitwa no. Gota kura chama untu mentu. Sika ni nyina ase. Na no da NPP file ko nyaso ya chama untu sa oje 50 million. Eno so sika na ase. And Zito the more we crash we never signed the whole national chairman na kwashe nipa wensa nipa mo the region keteketa hye nensa ontimi ahwe so na chairman untumi ya ade na surprise me according to Attorney General no ese chairman untumi kwaje Exim Bank loan no part of the condition ne say chairman untumi mfa nipa mo koye na fu mo adwuma no list nyina mo na bank ni interest kan mo then chairman untumi ba bank no be ka kire mo say okwa Ashanti region asante for so mo de ade efe ne digital ne money that's for mompe enti yemfa sika ngu bag me mo no chama untumi na nko kan se obi ansam e o table so ye de se chama untumi nsa hwe chama untumi ko diska no ye ko do we say eh chairman afo no hen fa se chama untumi do mako gina asase bi so a afo ni ho ye se wo be ka kire se wo de invoices bre ye se wo ko to tractors e wo hen chama untumi ko kire mo tractor bi a ye se bi ko ye 1932 a movie esi ho. And powerful out of my phone here, Chama untumi enya bi. Sa nipa we nam se momfa the whole nation nyina and share nsa no no adwuma on na beche. Say eh Chama we sure. Because oni obi call northern region, we could confirm. According to Wawa kwala Andy, ose mo we confirm baako. A confirm we ye no. Wo ko rane ye, ba crash no kan hono de ne on ti asase to be. Okọ. According to Wawa kurom wakwala Andy o. Wose wo chama huntu mo we are confirmed bi enti se wo ye sure say the whole nation e be sha won sa say the mining nyina sha won sa say adwuma wo Ghana nyina chama huntu mi cha se de na be ma yare de pa na chama no be ma yare Zito say enye NPP a wose wono sa asem no onti bi da
na enye NPP anka mu hu se wo gigi susu boka ye bie bank ma wo
wo say
enye NPP a kaminim se wo gigi susu boka ye bie bank ma wo
ade
obi Ashanti region na 44 seats and aka say ye de na kwa national wo asem we what bi da
wontumi de no
ya to ba se krama say fa ye kobo kura wa ntimi mo se ye konkoto sprinter bus man na say nipa no obetimi me se je MPP mu a nka mi hu se ye bie susu mu obi boka ye ko bie bank man
ibere susu sika ni sha
na wo timi ahwe keto aso na kaze ni obetimi ahwe so ketwa no kura na wo se no abetumi afa pen da bi di sei koma we di sei ko no kura wa ntimi na kakraka no a wo no
na onim Zito say ko duru alaji 38 so ye mi say alaji 38 so asem
Dr. Baumia so akoye my lectures on artificial intelligence but they expect say be as economist no ke bia
say wo no at any point in time bia wo divert because oba as economist and e chiro be IT specialist enu ofiri oba travel and tour nm say di odi akotro
travel and tour so be
ana di nkofo ko Israel nya travel and tour fo wangazo di nkofo be ko yidu say ho ne atu
na MPP flag bearer and now all label as travel and tour agent
there be na the travel and tour agents no ebi so bo mo modern wo mnim mo wadwuma wo ye ne kasa say me ade no obi hia no kasa zito the farmer be ye me ya me aminim say me ye farmer enti adwuma na wo ye no na say na de ne kasa ne yire begina on say ne kunu de ne tirimu abobe PCF mu say kwa me kunu tikaze be kan no ne ade e de say ne kasa economy say na yi me kai say after Supreme Court kura ne bi mu hia me ma oba umi o say ye nim de o wura fi ene fa hin
o say ba umi oba as there
oba as economist ena chire oba as IT specialist ena chire de o say ko the travel and tours agency ena fe di say o say the last one it was not at any point in time bia no divert ofu say men ka de sankofo me ka wo mbeti eno akeke
Antino, Oshep ne lectures na and you any positive impact boa MPP campaign.
Me say no na no you say if your fundamentals are weak the exchange rate was
no enkasa no when the fundamentals are weaker the exchange rate will expose you know like 38 na kai zito so akwana kasa o Mate say na no like 38 ko gina ba bi ko ka kira man for say chairman won't be any preferred candidate also the incoming national chairman no mo say hey chairman won't be any incoming national chairman now why then also be president as akwo we wo agoro wani so we be president no chairman won't be fi ho angasa hon kwa na betana we dey only chairman won't be also no on ye incoming national chairman yati ase because John Body mo so nam concert party no mu yi John Body na so ye no so pa adwuma no so concert party no na ma oyi John Body na kwatena sentiment mu say on tia say President John Dramani Mahama ama Northerners a hold positions in our Central region MMDCs and DCs into on tia say John Body do there no this is NPP party in there I think say adan concert party for mine nti efe no mo krokro de John nti da bia no man na madwuma mo ya no anyway abusia o ma yanko enim na nsem no endorse asem
ama ena chewo Nkrumah day entui
all right President John Dramani Mahama eden kratuo bi ama Ghana for o kan announce wow the national chairman of NDC so decide the same kratuo no ema NDC for president then come Ghana for and the national chairman come NDC for I'm going to address that in a bit. I'm a bit confused kakra about those kind of messages now president and the national chairman edema you know president edi kano ema yetia say big push project no o say aboa Ghana ama Ghana for enya adwuma ye esan say contractors no they are predominantly Ghanaians o say do baby kwa Ghana for manya na o she helmet be say so we na project manager we na say president say acquired level say even side chicks nyina enya sika ni bi edi according to President John Dramani Mahama no be pa choti no
car dealers when the contractors get paid they go and buy a Land Cruiser for themselves. Car dealers also benefits, and even the spouses, the wives and the side chicks also benefit. Because when they are paid and they get something, they give their wives and side chicks, some of the money. And that's an important avenue because you know where that one too goes. When the spouses and the side chicks too get, hairdressers get, dressmakers get, jewelry shops get, handbag sellers get. So don't discount that one at all.
All right, it's Mama Lodina, Mr. President, movie step be a dinachi. Papa, me sure so girlfriend. Me 100% sure. President, me sure say or girl. Because the way a president who say, "Ajuma we akwa we koye ajuma side chicks ni enye sika ni bi no." I say, "Papa we a guy. Wa soro papa wa soro." Na president we no e no den kratuo bi e ma Ghana for san kratuo no pese nyina yentie. Tie ni ye because according to President John Dramani Mahama also big push project no. Contractors no ye dey ma no. As NPP for na so projects no e dey ma omo. And also we be gina obeyi president as Mr. President. Big push project yi. I say call NPP for her. and also be saying and so what? Now omo e de mo no nya Ghana for na. I'm say, hey, Mr. President, we are saying so what? O can you hear there? If I just see Mr. President,
when we were doing all this big push program, somebody came and said, look, they're distributing it, they're giving it to MPP contractors. And I said, and so? Don't they have the capacity to do the job? Oh, yes, they have, but they enjoyed when their party was there. It's time for NDC contractors to. And I said, look, they have the capacity, they have the equipment, they employ Ghanaians, they don't employ Togolese or people from some other country. And so why not? Anybody who has the capacity to be able to move the project should be given it. Because for me, it's not about who does the project. For me, the credit is that at the end of my term of office, I was able to repair all those roads, no matter who did it. And so, political victimization is real. But I also encourage companies to become independent. We must not all rely on government supplies. And so there are people whose businesses are built on government's patronage. And so if government changes, then easily it says, oh, okay, we won't do this for you. We've canceled this contract, we've done this. There are a lot of companies, government really has to even encourage them and reward them for what they are doing. And so we must create an environment where the regulation is fair, everybody has the same opportunity. And
so president say each Ghanaian here the same opportunities. Into we be yina to tell Mr. President, big push project and NPP for and so are they not Ghanaians? I'm so sir, Mr. President. Sir. Now no auto opposition na NPP for say be 12 rufie no. Me kai say NDC for the Kotokuro. Eko gina ho say wa beba no ye bedo. Ana enye President John Dramani mama. We dey we beto so. O ka we no. The national chairman say ono de ne president kan no. Ono de ne de ekwa ma NDC for no direct ti na mosquito nso.
Nyahe. Na do wo ho a no o che oman no mu adodode ema ni party for ni na busuafo no nye ne mo na didi na te na Ghana fo ahwe ahunu se we de oba o che pa oman no mu ne mama na busuafo enunti yenna ne emfama NDC na NDC de anya hwe kura no obecha ma bia akakakra bia so amanfo so na omo de maye na ade eche ya so ya sore se ya de temo ya so na ya bredro enti de na do no ma di amana ka no ya so ya fa ya party for nsan line ya ncheche mamo a mujidi se omba makwan ame atra konwa iso enti ene mu nyina musuo na ye enye ba akofo asem enunti esese ye de bema ya ban no ho ya akono na Ghana fo agi atumu se aban papa aba woni akwara ko wuram na kwam de no na ototo bibia udi ka de mano odi wie no o me ansa wada de aka no nyanya na obedi na wo ye waje se who di aja no a so be so hawa o so timina eti abusuafo ye nim se ye party for no me na me da party ya no me na me na esese me gira mo na mu epre ne ma wa ban mu na bi ka mo na me nim se ye pre ye ho koye ne ma bi sa na o man ya ban no ewo akono no a eye ma manfo aye kasa aban papa ba ne mas bo so ati we ya ese no sasa akono no free ho a abato da animo ba bia Ghana fo ko fa aye free ye no wo mu nim kwan no wo mu de ye kwa wo mu nyira kwan yo wo mbe so aye de che sa na wo de akoto opposition say sometime na dia wo pen wo party mu na won sanka no Baumia betra konwa no so a ono na okọ nanim a wonsa beka enti wo de anya kura wo de ano no bamade na bompaye ne nyina ye bompaye se de ye di nam so no ye betimi akoye nanim kakra obia benya bi
yo yate national chairman obia benya bi yate enti o tiamu eyezu eyeza was no position no e pacho hwan na bedi wachi o frɛ NPP for anase o frɛ NDC for ubodwa eyezu eyeza na hwan na nam tiamu frɛ that time no national chairman senga president kind o man ka president kwanzo I didn't have any problem with you NDC for mo ya mo to say you are the champions of democracy in our country and yes na NPP for tie Jeda mosquito unim kura no wo tama kufo wa ye kan say wo bui wo blocks ho no die na de ye wo. Well, sometimes when our politicians get opportunity to rule the way amoma ye de akira na ye tiem ye ezu eyeza na ye bobin masum me kai se ye koto ba NDC ni so jani a no kitatuo e wo boase wo something that NDC ani to protect say mo ba baban mu ubedu ya okopa adwuma ka je say ento obi a qualify sa. Oh, okay. Inti na nado no nim nyansa no nim ade na oye e na oboa ni nkrofo nko ano to give them financial push. Enye sa. Inti NDC the power there NPP for emerging kodi na NDC for ntena ho. I don't have any issues with that. But that is how you people understand it. When we ebedu 2028 no betiem eyezu obi amba. Don't be surprised about that. Tiensema honorable Kennedy ohene Japan e kafa president John Dramani Mahama ho. Na say obehwe nyankopon nim na ukita political appointment and as a position and as a contract now the be making do in Japan ni NPP for there tie no
take your ID card and your admission letter and you'll be given a loan to go to school for 4 years. My brother, can Mahama stop drinking application and come and implement something like this for you? He's only going to cancel it. Obusa koda ayiwa M Plaza ne akwan standogbe kofa girls no ba that's it. Ghana ye ruwa you. Chiba wey nipa fusa. Na me body head time ba ko pa ye fu asasega. Hey, that ugly bitch because me ko soldier for. What do I have to do with the war? You don't even exist in my thinking. Because you are not a human being and you are low class. Mahama, you are a fool. Where Pasia Panu and Yonkuba Minister, Mahama is Jimmy Fossa. You are a fool. Mahama, you are shoot you. I don't remember Ghana.
All right. Kennedy Japan, hey, a big time man. General Mosquito, president, one for contract in Komano. Well, how he was describing the president. Abra can't say when that President John Dramani Mahama was an ex-president and the leader of NDC. And then we can't say they all qualify. And the second the Japan bet my contract. One for man nye. Ne do say Zubia or can't say you are a fool. Mr. President, I'm very disappointed in such statements when I hear no. General Mosquito, I'm very disappointed in you. Because I didn't expect you, of all persons, General Mosquito, say what power bet we General say if you want to convince me and as will be away NDC now to teach my south. I want you nya never can say on qualify na Ghana you in here there. Otiam eyezu a obehu ne beba. Otiam na eyezu no obi ama obehu se. Sometimes you know the way NDC for your political appointment yet say yen democracy yenim bibia no. You also need to resource your people. Now it was intentional. He wanted to resource them. They can come and compete with you. Until General Mosquito say, okay, ammunition, sir. And now America, any Iran for Kunta, and America for Mutua, nom da bre Iran for someone Jemfangu, Namosan from Queen, Sana Pasa. And the NPP in all resources, no, they do 2028 or the quiet compare saying, and your resources they could do. Now, you couldn't give anything to anybody. And that meti Roxin da fiame ko munyina say or say security recruitment ya manage obe catch they say omunyina mo Ghana for enso ebeduru Mr. President. I'm very disappointed in you. Hey, say OTA statement of President here, Mr. President, I'm telling you are a bit selfish. Honestly. Maybe I shouldn't have said it, but in a way, you know, you are a bit selfish. Would it say President kind of year?
All this big push program You know, somebody came and said, look, they're distributing it, they're giving it to MPP contractors. And I said, and so? Don't they have the capacity to do the job? Oh, yes, they have, but they enjoyed when their party was there. It's time for NDC contractors to. And I said, look, they have the capacity, they have the equipment, they employ Ghanaians, they don't employ Togolese or people from some other country. And so why not? Anybody who has the capacity to be able to move the project should be given it. Because for me, it's not about who does the project. For me, the credit is that at the end of my term of office, I was able to repair all those roads. No matter to be able to move the project should be given it. Because for me, it's not about who does the project. For me, the credit is that at the end of my term of office, I was able to repair all those roads. No matter be given it. Because for me, it's not about who does the project. For me, the credit is that at the end of my term of office, I was able to repair all those roads, no matter who did it.
What is my president kind of? Or say I call for him. I dear or no partner say on the term of office, Mr. President, with all due respect, that is selfish talk. Because you think it's only about you. Nia wo pen say wo ba be president we ni de wo wi a ne be bia ne mfa ho as long as people say wo ban so any year kwan but you did not think about NDC for no. I'm sorry Mr. President, this is a very selfish talk. Also for you, there's a wo as John Domani Mama, Your Excellency, wo de nia wo pa ne say wo de kwan say Kennedy Japan kwan ne be ye no we know what do at why we Mr. President, grassroots we don't support that. No. A very selfish talk. Sometimes sometimes when you opportunity now the way you address some of us, no more bunny pabum. Minim nipa omodo mo kwato ho ye adwuma NDC ene minima kwabi o se Madina o se fen exdo se den o so ton the cast a o su ofre obi amfi no na no ye ho na sasu kan kire se omonko ye ndomi e be defend no nso bi sie sasu no o te lan cruzam e fe no na bo o se youth no nko ye ndomi anamebwa. We came to defend him, said that is entrepreneurship spirit. But for the whole president and the whole national chairman to tell us, say, Mom Fahon, Obia, Nanado, Amasi, Nikrom Fontino, and our Mokasa, and the NDC for me, yes, sir. General. So now my opposite NDC for Newachi. Yenyo national, general, sir. Now, Uko Jinaba be now team, a zoo, no be a ma. Why not be got up an amount? Sometimes you need to also amass your people. Resource your people, retool your people, because before the party came to power, some people sacrificed their resources, their time, their energy, their everything to make sure say NDC came to power. And now one offended over power. It is the people and the force them about power. But sometimes when your opportunity now, I didn't expect this kind of things. I saw it as though and on my idea because the way I saw the guy speaking and lamenting, it was so sad. Me nyina nyaadwen say wo ka ho a koton so de kudi politician echi but mon kan sempa bi nkire nipa na ebi ominu ya tobo ebe ye. I know one big NDC man odi NDC echi e per resources ma party e campaign onya problem e ma ne nan ye twae e ko say mon ma me ka keto because you land cruiser mintimi mfuru biem. Mama me kaka to meet me tell me I can't just on your application. Me when that person was a regional chairman of NDC. I don't know na moye. Ntimi hani pass sometimes we say nsem bi hokora wa what na o ti o wasoma no be say won say na me kura adwuma me ye den fa so na o me so because am majimi na me yes an kwasa same way. Ana me boa. This I say bro, my bro, you are real. Do you know how many NPP or NDC members have been given jobs? In one of your own videos, you want him to leave a legacy for Ghana, not for the party. Yes, but some people brought you to power. So I think, bro, are you for real? Yes, I'm real. But obey your president. Say legacy. What do you understand by legacy? Tell me. If under your leadership, nipa eye de ma ododo no, nipa edi wachi mo no, nipa enya hope de ma ono, dodo na enya adwuma, isn't that part of the legacy? And our legacy ni chese dey. Se ameti we am yesu ahwemi, any obi who me show now or flip away so we call Jimmy we why now say if I have something to give to people why not some the man now some the man isn't that part of the legacy because you help to build me up yes obi do ko hwem kwan en fa no ko hwewu that is what I mean here and even all these we need to also address these kind of things. Sometimes we need to think. And another Danko Kufado came onto power and say, or retooling Gabi as a Rochidakumo, Nana Santi be there to me and say, it is the right thing because Oniwa, they are the people coming to replace him. And he needs to retool and resource them because they gave him the power to become the president. Okay? When NPP was in opposition, Kenneth Nana Kuntunkunku for that. NPP, they can't go or more party office. Or no, or didn't Bosnia, NPP. That is why another buy a court free finance minister also because he wanted to retool him or book out on home. That is what I mean. I'm not saying say not any part of model or me and this for no money Ghana for. And I will build the legacy, and I don't also know part of the legacy we are building here. So sometimes we need to sit down and then address all these kind of issues. Kakrakra. What I say. And that is something we need to talk about. And Abusia and no perhaps the legacy is putting people to move the country forward. Yes. So when you are able to, maybe you say, oh, support me in a way. Maybe you I need something. That's what me boy pajama. Now when I read the answer to me, so pajama. That is part of the legacy. Then you will be out. Back in Japan, the way he was insulting the president.
And your admission letter, and you'll be given a loan to go to school for 4 years, my brother. Kamahama, stop drinking application and come and implement something like this for you. He's only going to cancel it. Obusa koda ayiwa M Plaza ne akwanstando gbe kofa girls no ba that's it. Ghana ye wu.
Sawate. Ese president bosa no koda ba bi na stando gbe kofa mad mana. Ghana ye wu wi na dwen nya adwuma. Na oba na ba kan je say nipa we what me be president na say what contract na da ko kan ho a. All right, say to Usu Mate Minia Mate. Sometimes you know, yeah, say nipa the way some people sacrifice their lives and their resources for politicians in our country. Hard, it is a Obana say who bring their spirit down. I don't know how to reward them again. No, Bob, the base for Panyin, you know. Na riku samba ka bonse kan ni baje the base for mo panyin no odi dia tempa sa kan de hena Japan no chale anyway abusuan na me the base wa hanti nyame ya adoma ochena. I'll be back again 7 p.m. Ghana time. It is any question in the comment section of acho ubetimi da ba se ubetimi ato bo asenso na ma yedi nkomo no so aboma. I think say ubetimi edi ho nkomo. I mean, for this particular message and to Hannah, yeah, maybe we're gonna take that one for the last. George said there are bigger opportunities that must be created, and with this, a lot of people will get jobs. Example are the big push and more spaces for the security employment. Well, if they're able to do it, then why not? It's gonna help, but when as we speak, the president say, what the say security agencies, no, you have 10,000. Now, Ghana for to do a top forms, no. I don't know how we're going to sort all these kind of people out. But sometimes it works like that. Maybe governors and I can say they should find other ways of creating more jobs for the people. And if they are unable to do that, then every year we are on the paper account because the minimum necessary since maybe 2024, they've not gotten any employment. Yeah, some pretty cool. So sometimes it works like that. Yes, be a name and be but anyway, we see one fancy one. Na nyamaya doma. China. We will be back once again. Na fide edi enkomono album. Oh, Bidini William Monufi amankona nyankopon ene obia entina. Bye bye.
stay first and na bro 80 million no mo bodo akro 5 cedi say bro bag aba 4 million mo bodo akro 5 cedi enti che so mo tondo akro ni banku nu mo nkasa nchiro mo no mo nte so ono abese na betra wa kase omo bebese na betra wa kase Ghana ye de nti do esen from esen from enti Ghana de say ne ma de boa ye fo ne ma de boa ye fo ne ma boa ye fo
asem ya wo kan mento de na se tie mfa so ntre beto dokora be ho no me ma koto da asen ya me de da asen be ka banku no da asen be pai
me ba first no so no ne do ai dance ne no nto
na me 20 dia
na ya 80 million
na sa na dokora bi na ton
enya sa so dia mon sesa mo adwen
yani arofo de e kono no aye heated argument wa di dokorofo de banku fo
ena no ma bua boa ya fo do be tra ba bia kata no ma boa din bia no boa se se hwe nkuruma hwe aburo hwe nyadoa ntos bibi bia boa ya fo mahama de wa ya de nyame hira ne ba bi owo
China ni bi chi kalawele wo manso.
Oh, kase microphone ade
Hwe. We am sorry.
Oh, kase me
na wo siri
Mensre. But the otie me ni o hwe o mo hwe Facebook. Wana hu se mesre. Wo si China ni bi chi kalawele wo manso ana me boa. Enti mi tie so obeto aso. Ana amenye je ho.
Baako
menso so man nya dana.
Baako no I'm serious. Baako.
Wa asem na be.
No and
wa asem na we serious are serious me ho wani
onim esre because
who na won kan asem ha
baby on say ye come mining site. Ye come mining areas. Etimi am hu ye na mesre. But I'm telling you, say China ni bi chikala wele manso. Ba ko so bia patashiba wo atwemampunia. Me refi kroni din. Bia patashiba China ni.
Ene bi mu ye choba
yes, choba mo ye. Oko dunkwa wa. Yes, oko dunkwa area ho a. Ebi mu ye choba. Eti ye man mu do ma wu, say John. China ni a wo chikala wele. Na oko na se wo bojem na odine Chinese no ejina mu wo frese nkofo meto kala wele a. John ena me kaya na emisere no so kala wele no de o kan China mu na se microphone ra no obujem ena me kaya na emisere no a wo so amwa me na nka wo udun microphone asere no so ena ba ko so pretty bi aba oton petition VC10 e wa twemamponi area ho dia dru no enti minim ade na gensem me de honestly ajinsemo enche se ade o muntimi nya so mewura kuma so dwom aton nya adoa ne kobi but betimi aduru ho so metimi be kakra wura kuma so dwom abon se omo so abo apata omo twitwa nam eton preko de se onim so omoton bi dada eno so ya we
minyawe
oh se dwom ndi achekra o
minyawe
o ache chana fo omoton preko oh ise omo nya bi ton ache kra ena isi me hu de ochekala woli ena de oton de ono so bi abawo atwemamponia
o ima se wa hu ba ko a oka taxi
eno de kra de say taxi kra de guy na chekra taxi ni India chekra
ja no sa no chi no ka na China
no de so man is kobese sama so ena wo mu ni baby
yes
eti baby adu na serious
oh yeah, is serious